Welcome back in the series of preventing molestation from our lovely children. We spoke about the few things that we can do in addition to love, attention, and affection. And let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is extremely painful and confusing. Number 5 does not occur that often, but it does occur. I've heard the stories, you might have heard the stories. Your child might be very close to a mentor. Came back from camp, and this 17-year-old guy is the nicest guy. He's really nice, and he shows an interest in your child, helps him out with the homework and the volunteers. And the first thing most parents, which I guess didn't hear all these lovely, interesting stories, are flabbergasted. They're so excited that someone is interested in their child and someone cares, someone devoted, and the counselor goes beyond the letter of the law, and the counselor actually gets involved, or if it's the Boy Scouts, whatever it is, gets involved with their child and helps them out and calls them up and finds out how they're doing. It's really nice. And in many cases, it really is nice. But because we have different type of stories where that's the entry to molestation, we just want to be cautious. So for example, the child goes and says, I want to go to my counselor's house. He's going to do math with me, or he's going to do my homework with me. Don't plant scary stuff in your child's brain and say, oh, I'm not so sure, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you're talking about his God or her God. What you might want to say is, I feel more comfortable. No, you might want to say, I'd rather if you guys gather together over here, and let's invite him over. He's a nice guy, she's a nice gal. Let's have them over here. Let's have him or her over here, and you'll do your homework here. If he starts putting up a fuss, well, you're going to have to deal with it, but the fact that he's putting up a fuss about it is a bit of a problem. He's enjoying that personal attention too much. But that's something to have your radar on and to be aware when there's a mentor around. Again, this is really sweet, but you got to be cautious. Even if they come in their house, they might want to go downstairs in the basement to have their privacy, but what privacy do we need? If they want to talk, I respect that. If they want to talk private, I respect that. Let them sit in the corner of the living room when there's no one around, no one's going to listen to them, but it's a place where people can come in and out, and as we mentioned earlier in a different clip, we shouldn't come in with this sort of giving them the feeling that we don't trust them, and we're coming to check up on them and just to stare at them, but just casually walk in, walk out, hang around, but it should be monitored. Have a wonderful day.